it is important for the design community in this space to really spend time observing what are the new work behaviors, whether they are hybrid work behaviors or people in office behaviors. Redefining the nature of work is essential to redesigning the nature of the workplace. The human experience is the central thing. When you think about the workplace, we're thinking about humans that come to a place to do work. And more often than not, over centuries, and certainly over the 20th century leading up to this pandemic in the 21st century, we were focused on the work more than the human that did the work. And if people did think of the human experience, it was the exception to the rule, while the rule was about the work. And I think the human experience has come to the fore here of how workers in the work environment are viewed. Do we understand human experience down to the individual, not to the general faceless populace, but to the individual? Do we understand how to define human experience? And then using that definition, how would we validate human experience through measurement, through benchmarking, through an understanding? And even if we did come up with these measures, so what? What is that going to do for us? How is that going to change the way that the design community approaches human experience design in the workplace? These are things we talk about, we read articles about, but who is actually putting their heads down and diving deep into the psychology of the human worker within the American office context, the knowledge worker context, and saying there's a better way. There's a better way. And I think that it's critical for those who have been in this space for so long, architects, interior designers, MEP engineers, structural engineers, building product manufacturers, all of these stakeholders to come together in a collaborative way and re-explore what does it mean to design wholly for the human experience that results in higher productivity, predictable profits for the companies you work for, significant retention of good talent within the office space, and delighted clients. Well, the office is going to be critical regardless. It's essential to bringing humans together. You have to have a place to sortie, to bring everyone together. And when you do that, you have to have environments that are designed from the moment you approach the door through the entire experience of being in that space to even the exiting in that space has got to have collaboration front and center. People will come to office not to just sit anymore in a cube by themselves. They want to come to interact with others. Mostly we build a space and we force humans into these boxes as opposed to saying, hey, we've got it backwards. Can we see how humans behave and design space that is adaptive to the human experience? The work and office has to be a place where people can come together, not show up and sit in isolated places. There are times, though, for people to have isolation. There are times when we need private think time, private conversation time, private work time. And so you have to build environments and design environments that are flexible and adaptive to the needs of the workforce.